Pope and Nedick Minsters welcome you to this broadcast of OHSAA Boys Tournament here on NKTelco Sports. We're at the Palace of Coldwater High School, where the Knoxville Rangers will take on the Marion Local Flyers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, and NKTelco. Along with Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Kanapke. We are at the Palace for sectional tournament action. Number 14 seeded Rangers and number 4 seeded Flyers. They just played last Friday night, so it's a rematch of sorts. First, talk about the Rangers. Number 14 seed, 1-21. Jeff, a little bit of a tough season for them, but they have battled all year long.
Yeah, obviously the wins and losses are what no one had hoped for, but you know, when you're kind of undersized and physically not as strong as some teams are, it's tough to compete in a league where you are the smaller individual athlete. But the Rangers play hard. They continue to work very hard for first-year head coach Carson Munger. They played some very good teams very well late in the season. They held Marion Local to a 4-point deficit at halftime. It was close throughout middle of the third quarter before Marion Local took over. A game or so before that, they held a very good Vikings team. Were competitive with that one until late in the game again and ended up losing that one by 12. So maybe getting better at the right time of the year, but going to have a tough, their hands full tonight against, again, a team that just played 4 days ago.
Yeah, that team, the Marion Local Flyers, the number 4 seed, co-champions in the MAC at 18-4 overall. They have won 6 straight. Overall, a very good, tall, talented team under Coach Miller.
They've got a lot of size in all positions. They're pretty good, and they've had a quiet 18-4 season. I mean, that's a lot of wins, and I won't say they're real flashy. They just get the job done, and that's really all the game of basketball is about. They have a lot of guys that contribute. They take turns, if you will, being leading scorers, so they're tough to stop because they're good at a lot of different positions.
So it'll be a rematch of last Friday night where Marion Local won that game 39-32. That was at the barn in New Knoxville. 39-22. That was at the barn in Knoxville. In that game, New Knoxville's the home team today. New Knoxville's the visiting team. Marion Local is the white team. So right now they're going to break. We're going to have the national anthem here on NKTelco Sports. Welcome back here at the Palace for sectional action between the Marion Local Flyers and the New Knoxville Rangers. As I mentioned in our pregame, this is a rematch of last Friday's game that was played at the barn. Marion won 39-22, but it was a lot closer than that. After the first quarter, it was tied at 5. At halftime, it was 14-10. And the second half, after 3, it was 22-14, and it was 39-22. New Knoxville hung in there really early in the game, and then before Marion Local pulled away.
And Marion Local had a big fourth quarter, scoring 17 points, and that really helped them. And then the Achilles heel for New Knoxville all season has been their ability to score, and could just muster up 12 second half points. So not a lot of offense, and eventually Marion Local's size and such just wore down the Rangers and led to them to that what turned out to be a 17-point lead. But I watched it last night. It was at 9 points late through the third quarter. Midway through the third quarter, it was still a 9-point deficit. And then again, Marion just continued to apply their physicalness on the Rangers and won by 17.
So they're going to announce the non-starters here for New Knoxville. Both teams, you know, in that game, New Knoxville came out in their 1-2-2 zone, which was really effective. Marion had a tough time against that zone.
Yeah, they didn't shoot very well overall in the beginning, and just really held the defense by New Knoxville, forced Marion Local into some long possessions. They got some shots off. They got some multiple looks with offensive rebound, but just did not cash in. And New Knoxville's defense, as Coach Guttermiller talked about, he was kind of worried about how they'd be able to attack it or address it. See how it turns out tonight after a couple days of preparation.
So do the Marion Local non-starters. The winner of this game will play the winner of the second game that we have here between number 7 seed Ridgemont and number 10 Minster. 17 matchup. Should be a pretty good game. On the other side, the other part of this top part of the bracket, New Bremen is the number 1 seed. They play St. Henry, who won last night over Ada. Now let's give our starting lineups, brought to you by Sydney Allglaze Audiology. We'll start with the Rangers. Number 3, 6'2" senior Max Henschen, averages 9.5 points. Honorable mention, the MAC selection. And now for Marion Local, as they're doing the alternate possession, number 5, senior Brady Ronnebaum, first team All-MAC. For New Knoxville, Ryan Osborne, a 5'11" senior. Number 11, Jaden Mesher for Marion Local. Junior on the team, averages 8 points a game. Then for the Rangers, number 11, Troy Dwenger, sophomore. Now for the Flyers, Tate Hess, a 6'2" junior. Back for the Rangers, number 14, Jay Waterman, a 5'9" sophomore. 22, Peyton Audie, a 5'10" senior. For the Rangers, rounding out the lineup, Carson Bierlein, 7 points a game for the 6'4" senior. For the Flyers, first team All-MAC, number 33, Jack Kanapke, a 6'8" sophomore. Head coaches Carson Munger and Kurt Guttermiller. Now let's talk about. Now let's have our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
Well, for the Rangers, they need to be patient on offense. They don't want to get into a track meet. They don't want to put in some bad shots. They want to be patient, work the ball on offense, try to get the best look possible. Have active hands on defense. Be aggressive in that zone defense if that's what they come out in, but make yourself bigger than what you are. And play with a lot of high energy. You're the underdog, nothing to worry about. Go out and have fun. For Marion Local, they want to make sure they can shut down New Knoxville's leading scorers in Bierlein and Henschen, and also try to get more easy buckets than what the Rangers do, whether that be in defense, creating turnovers, or in transition. And they tried to get an easy one there back door. New Knoxville knocked it away and comes up with a turnover. And third, solve that New Knoxville zone defense we talked about early. Gave Marion fits for a while until they could eventually get through it. But good start for the Rangers, forcing a turnover.
Forcing the turnover, their first attack. Again, those are your keys, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Getting the starting lineup for New Knoxville, sponsored by Sydney Allglaze Audiology. Max Henschen, Ryan Osborne, Troy Dwenger, Jay Waterman, and Carson Bierlein, as we have a turnover as Marion steals it. Getting the starting lineups for the Flyers, Brady Ronnebaum, Jaden Mesher, Tate Hess, Peyton Audie, and Jack Kanapke. All season long, our starting lineups brought to you by Sydney Allglaze Audiology.
Yeah, bounce pass there for Osborne. He wasn't looking for it, and then a little foot tangle there. Henschen gets a cheap one, tough one on him early in the game, out in the middle of nowhere, picks up his first foul.
Marion Local in their white, trimmed in blue and gold, and there's a three-pointer by Brady Ronnebaum.
Got a nice screen from Kanapke as New Knoxville couldn't get around, and Ronnebaum, who struggled in that first meeting shooting the basketball, or especially early in the game, opens up with a good start for his team, making his 21st triple of the year. He's a 27% shooter from three-point range, and I believe he made first team All-MAC, Dave, along with Kanapke.
Yes, he did. Those two players representing the Flyers, one of 3 champions in the MAC, along with New Bremen and Versailles. And there's a steal. Hess takes it to the hoop, draws a foul on the way, and Tate Hess Jr. will shoot 2.
Pretty good defense by Hess, stepping around the entry pass to Knoxville was stationary, trying to catch it. Hess used his feet and his athletic ability to get around the offensive player for New Knoxville, get the steal, and then quickly down court, pick up another foul against the Rangers, in this case Troy Dwenger, his first, team second.
Tate Hess, second team All-MAC, averages 9 points a game, third in the MAC with 3.2 assists a game.
64% shooter from the line, misses both.
So break for the Rangers is Max Henschen. As they often do, will bring the ball across the timeline. He's guarded by Adi. That was a matchup on Friday.
Yep. Same matchup. Adi usually gets, you know, he's a good defender. He's an excellent football player, a lot of strength, a lot of speed to go along with that size. So he can create havoc for a number of offensively minded scoring players.
Henschen with the basketball. Gives the beer line. There's the other matchup. He's guarded by Hess. Coach Gutterman wants to control those two top scorers for the Rangers. Dwenger with the basketball, guarded by Kanapke.
And New Knoxville in no hurry right now. Obviously, it's a long way to go, Dave, but don't want to force the ball. You know, they're working for offense here, trying to get an opening. But offensively, the Rangers have struggled this year. They only averaged 33 points, so they're not a high-scoring team, obviously, and possessions become pretty critical as they'll try to take their best shot and not throw the ball away.
Dwenger with the basketball, gives it to Henschen. Patient offense continues under first-year head coach Carson Munger, 2015 New Bremen graduate, his first head coaching stop.
A very good athlete in high school was Munger, then wanted to play at Lake Superior State in Michigan for 4 years, had a successful college career there, but too bad we can't let the coaches play as well. I'm guarantee you New Knoxville would have more than one win if coaches were allowed to still suit up.
He was a very good player in his years at New Bremen.
Averaging 19.9 points a game as a senior and just under 9 rebounds as a senior. I'm sure he won our NKTelco Player of the Game numerous times through his high school career. I remember calling some of his games.
Osborne, they almost lost it. I think that was the same year that Ryan Mikesell graduated, and also
the Arns?
Yeah, Kyle Arns graduated. I think Mikesell was the player of the year that senior year, I believe. It was one of the more talented senior classes, as New Knoxville has run off at least a minute and a half here. Turnaround and in there by Jay Waterman.
Oh, they took more than a minute, Dave. We're down to halfway. They might have taken 2 minutes for sure. A lot of passing and cutting, and
they're winning the time of possession right now. Let's say that much.
Correct, and more importantly, they got points in that possession, so that still keeps them, you know, in the game, if you will. It's frustrating when you can't score, and every possession for the Rangers, when your offense is struggling, becomes so critical. You just got to score about every time you touch it or get good shots.
Kanapke blocked by Beerline. All ball.
Good timing by Beerline against the 6'8" sophomore. Beerline 6'4", so not that short, if you will, but timed it well.
Long pass was knocked out of bounds there by Ronenbaum. I checked the clock before this one. It was 3:48 when this possession started, so we'll see what happens here. I'm sure the Rangers would like to take a copy of that last possession, run the clock, and score. Henschen sets the offense. Gives it on the wing to Dwenger.
That patience on offense that Coach Munger gave us is the key to the game. This is it. I mean, it may look boring, but you just got to put the ball in the basket and come out with more points at the end of the game, no matter how you get it done. And they're not stalling. If Marion makes a breakdown defensively and New Knoxville makes the correct cut at that time, it can result in an easy basket. And right now, Marion's playing solid. They're not giving New Knoxville any looks on the outside either. So it's basically just keep away, running the offense, and
yeah, just keep running your offense, run cuts. Beerline with the basketball. He was named the second team All-MAC. The teams came out yesterday. Pass underneath to Osborne. He draws a foul.
Brady Ronenbaum from Marion Local will pick up his first foul. As a possession, I think, almost lasted 1 minute. Is that correct?
Yep,
so down to 2:51.
57 seconds to be exact. So, yeah, drew a foul. So the reset underneath. Waterman gives it up to Henschen, trying to work off a screen. He got a switch on defense now. He still has Hess guarding. That's no easy task either.
Got a 5-second count working on him too.
Henschen in some trouble. It's stolen away by Hess. 3-on-2. Adi will give it up to the big guy. Knapke can't hit it. Another chance. Henshin comes out of that with the ball.
Another break for the Rangers. They avoid the turnover as Henshin last trip tried to penetrate. Looked like, I believe it was Hess kind of was corralling him and forced a turnover. See once if Knoxville, who's already created 3 turnovers, can get a shot off this possession. Knoxville didn't have many turnovers in the last game against against Marion Local. Likewise against Botkins, a game they're very competitive with. Did not turn the ball over much, and they were competitive in that game as well.
Henshin guarded by Hess again this possession. So they switch between Adi is now on Beerline. Those two are the main scorers. Henshin at 9.5. Beerline right at 7. On an offense that averages just 33 points a game. Work around Troy Dwenger, 1 of 2 sophomores in this lineup, along with the 3 seniors.
So far, there's not been really any open looks that you could say they should have shot it, which would have been a good shot. And you run this offense, and you got to keep looking. I mean, you might have to take a perimeter shot. You're not always going to get a bunny, but you know, even an open shot from the outside is a good shot. You just got to knock it down.
Thing about you're playing against a Marion Local defense, they're not the type of defense that gives that backdoor layup. You know, they're so fundamentally strong. Henshin underneath tries to put one up over Hess. It was blocked. Hess tried to save it, and it hits the end line, so it'll stay with New Knoxville.
And look down there to update my stats, and New Knoxville, I guess we'll give them credit for a team offensive rebound.
Number 24, Hudson Rose in the game, 6'4" senior, as well as 6'4" senior number 32, Chris Hardings. A lot of height and depth on this Marion Local squad. As into the game, number 33, Tyler Lammers in for the Rangers.
Tyler Lammers, a 6'2" sophomore. Both those substitutes you mentioned for Marion Local are both listed at 6'4".
Have some trouble in the corner and stolen by the Flyers.
Tough break for New Knoxville, the 4th turnover of the game.
Rose will go underneath to Hardings. Out to Hess. A long 3 by Ronenbaum, and he's 2 for 2 on his threes.
That one was a little bit further out, if you will, than his first one. His first one came from the left side, and again, that's his 2 for 2 from that distance, and he had struggled in the Friday night meeting.
Henshin double team. Coach Munger will call a timeout, be a 30-second timeout. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by these sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meat, Sydney All-Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, and NKTelco. Again, our replays tonight brought to you, as always, from Winners Meats. All timeouts like this one is sponsored by Precision Strip. Our stats and recap brought to you by Wagner's IGA. And on our First National Bank scoreboard, less than 40 seconds to go, Marion leads 6-2.
Yeah, it's been a slow-paced game, to say the least, with the defense by Marion Local. And, you know, if you take away Brady Ronenbaum's bombs, if you will, we got a 2-0 game. But Ronenbaum has hit the big shots. He's 2 for 2 from distance. Other than that, Marion Local's already missed 2 free throws and a couple buckets from attempts, if you will, from Jack Knapke inside. So Knoxville 4 turnovers, though. They've hurt their chances here. Marion Local just with 1 in the first quarter, under 35 seconds to play.
Betty Man will think that New Knoxville will take this down to the quarter break, but we'll see how it plays out. Lammers gives it up to Beerline. Now Hess back on Beerline. Waterman finds Dwenger. Now to Henshin, down to 15 seconds.
Well, now he's got someone other than Hess or Adi on him. Well, there's Adi, he picks him back up, but
Henshin trying to make something happen. We're down to 6 seconds. Waterman in the corner, Osborne with a 3. And that will end our first quarter of play on our First National Bank scoreboard. Flyers 6, Rangers 2. We'll be right back with quarter number 2 on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Going into the second quarter, as you see in the Knoxville huddle, not a lot of shots, not a lot of points, as the Flyers just lead by 4.
Rangers were 1 of 3 from the field. They had 3 shots, made one of them obviously for their 2 points. Marion Local just 4 shots, made 2 of them. Both of Marion Local's makes were 3-point baskets. So expect the same thing. I expect Marion to play very tight defense. It's going to be a tough battle for the Rangers unless someone else, anyone can get open and get a quality shot off and start knocking them down. It's been a slow possession, but Knoxville very much in this game. And if someone gets hot, really for either team, it can make a huge difference in how this game plays out.
One thing that happened last Friday is Carson Beerline got in some foul trouble. He does not draw on foul so far, so positive thing, but need to get some offense going. And Beerline with a nice runner in the basket.
Well, that's something he's able to do, kind of shoot off the dribble without coming set and get up in the air. He's 6 feet 4 inches. A high release makes him a little bit taller, and he went up right at and over Jack Kanapke.
There's a pass down to Kanapke, and it rolls in for the basket.
Kanapke's first 2 points of the game, he averages 11.5 points a game. That leads this team. Also averages 8.7 rebound, which also leads the Flyers.
Osborne tried to get it underneath the Lammers, tipped away. Another turnover against the Rangers.
5th for New Knoxville.
Ronenbaum 3 for 3 on threes.
Came in shooting 27%. So not a great percentage. That's 21, 22, and 23 from that distance now. And that's opened up this game a little bit by 7 with those 3 bombs from Ronenbaum.
Hutchin now, as usual, guarded by Oddie as they try to run through the offense. Very patient in the first half, and it's stolen away.
Pass was late. It was too late, and it gave Oddie or Hess, in that case, maybe a chance to recoil.
Ronenbaum, 4 of 4. And timeout on the floor. Flyers have opened up a 10-point lead. We'll step aside. You're watching tournament basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
Welcome back to the Palace. Marion Local has opened up a 10-point lead off this timeout sponsored by Precision Strip, and a lot of that, a big part of that, is because of number 5, Brady Ronenbaum.
Oh, above 95% of that's from number 5, as he's hit 4 3-pointers, 2 in each quarter. Last Friday, just to compare the difference, Ronenbaum was 3 of 11 from the floor overall in the game, and he was 1 of 4 from 3-point range on Friday night. So what a turnaround for him, and that's been a big reason the Flyers have opened up a 10-point lead after New Knoxville. I think it cut it down to, I think it was 6-4, right? After Beerline got the basket to cut it to 2, and then a Kanapke bucket and then 2 baskets, 3-pointers from Ronenbaum, 8 unanswered, to put a 10-point lead now for the Flyers.
See what the Rangers can do coming out of the Precision Strip timeout as Henshin gives it up to Beerline. Waterman almost got that one stolen. Back to Henshin. Cannot have lazy passes because the Flyers are in the passing lanes.
Correct. And like I said, they feel the energy now, the Flyers do. It's kind of like that wild animal when they smell blood. They can get after it because they know they've got a secondary defense. So if you do get beat up top, you got a good second line that can help stop, defend. And they've got a 10-point lead now. So
Waterman,
that's an open look. That's the
cannot
first
hit it
of the game, open look-wise, the Rangers have had.
Good point. Ronenbaum all the way over to Oddie. They lob it down to Kanapke. Double team, draws the foul. Be a common foul. Just the third foul so far in the Rangers.
Tyler Lammers picks up his first, team's third.
Ryan Osborne returns in favor of Tyler Lammers. Ronenbaum will lob it to Hess. Hess gets the ball back from Oddie. Coming up on 5 minutes to go before halftime. Flyers by 10. There's Ronenbaum. He shows he's human. He's only 4 or 5 now on his threes.
Had another good look though. He gets it. He gets it and has a pretty quick release. Doesn't give the defense, much time. Oh,
that was almost an over and back.
Well, there's a steal. Just uncalled for.
Left-handed shot there by Oddie, who banks it in off the glass.
Those are those easy buckets you talk about. New Knoxville, now you look back at them, it would have been better that they let it go backcourt instead of throwing it into the Flyers for an uncontested layup. But again, just the breaks of the game, and when you struggle, those things seem to happen more often than they should. And when you're good, they seemingly don't ever happen. You're the recipient of those gifts, if you will.
Henson gives it up to Dwanger. It was 6-2 at the quarter break. Beerline off the pass by Henson, and Carson go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice give and go, or pass and go, if you will. Back cut by Beerline. Unfortunately, he can't get the hoop in the harm. Take another look at it here, but good recognition by the classmates there. And I think Kanapke, yes, good call there. His arm was way below vertical. He picks up his first foul, and Beerline with 2 free throws.
It's the first one. Beerline as the sophomore, first team All-MAC, and then junior and senior second team All-MAC. So 3 years in a row MAC recognition for the senior.
Beerline 75% on the line, makes both of those.
That's among the league leaders in the MAC, 5th overall in the final stats compiled by Rob Hemmelgarn in the MAC. Back with the Flyers. Kanapke has an opening, is fouled, and he will shoot 2.
Beerline will pick up his first foul, it looks like.
Big guy Kanapke, very good sophomore season that earned him first team All-MAC, 11.5 points a game, 9 rebounds, 55% on his field goals. That was second in the MAC as he hits his first free throw.
That's 55% on his free throws too. If there's an Achilles heel or a weakness for the young man, it's free throw shooting, but he steps up and hits his first of 2. Again, just over, but the 55% field goal shooting is awesome. That's over half the times he touches it, his shots are good.
Misses the second one. That's what the Rangers did. They scored fairly early in this quarter, or by Beerline on a basket, and then 2 free throws by Beerline. Beerline draws a crowd. Kicks it out. Dwanger with the tray. Troy Dwanger.
His 7th three-pointer of the season. Just 22% accuracy. But boy, right now it doesn't matter about percentages. It matters about knocking down shots when you're open. And Dwanger did that as no one came out to challenge the sophomore guard. And he puts the 9th point on the board for the Rangers.
Flyers back on the attack as New Knoxville stays in the zone. Ronenbaum with his 5th tray of the night.
Matches his uniform, number 5, made 3-pointers and a hand in the face and still able to knock it down. That's when you have a lot of confidence. You feel like you can do it all. And
Waterman gets a friendly roll, but not able to finish. Rebound to the Flyers.
Struggling teams, again, I'll say it again, they find a way to spin the ball around the rim 3 times and have it not go in on a left-hander on a left-handed layup.
Go underneath the Kanapke. Oddie thought about it. Quick passing to Mesher with a corner 3. Rebound to Kanapke. Tipped away, but it will stay with the Flyers. Number 23, 6'7" freshman, Austin Niekamp, a name you're going to be hearing the next few years for the Flyers. Comes into the ball game replacing Kanapke. In the game, number 10, Jay Schrader gives Troy Dwanger a break. With 2:32 to go here in before halftime. Looks like, I thought for a minute they were switching man-to-man, but still a 1-2-2 zone. difference is last Friday, the Flyers couldn't hit their shots. They lob it underneath. I think that was blocked from behind there on Niecamp's shot.
I don't know. I thought Beerline almost pushed him from behind. I'm not real sure what I saw, but I did see was it a Niekamp miss, though, from the freshman post player. Kind of caught me off guard, too. I'm not real sure, but Niekamp won't miss many of those shots.
Yeah, he had a good look, but see if the Rangers can make a basket here, coming up under 2 here in the second quarter. Henson.
Got to turn and go up.
Not able to get many shots off. As a drive, oh, couldn't get it to fall. Battles in the backcourt, and that's going to stay with the Flyers.
They pointed to New Knoxville.
Yeah, I'm sorry, stay with the Rangers as battle between Henson and Niekamp. It went off of Niekamp.
Team rebound, New Knoxville. And again, decent move by Henson to get into the paint, go right up at point blank range, and just have the ball not go in. It's seems like the lid's on the basket for the teams that struggle to shoot. New Knoxville just 30% on the season from field goal shooting. Marion Local 43% overall. That's counting both 2s and 3s. So that's a 13-point, in percentages of making shots. So,
and that comes down to 33 points a game for New Knoxville, 50 for Marion Local on this season. That percentage has a lot to do with those numbers.
Yep.
Beerline trying to make something happen. Schrader drives baseline, has to pick it up. Back to Beerline through some traffic. Rebound Flyers. Under a minute. Adi gives it up to Ronenbaum. He's been the star of this game so far. Mesher hits the 3. Jaden Mesher.
Mesher is their best three-point shooter on the season, Dave. At now 41 makes. He's a 37% shooter. So quantity and percentage very good for Jaden Mesher, a 6'2 junior.
And a 14-point lead for the Flyers. Another turnover.
Just nowhere to pass. I mean, people are standing still. It's tough to make anything happen unless you have the ability to kind of weave through the defense. And New Knoxville's a little stationary, makes defending pretty easy.
It's like the Flyers are going for one now. Ronenbaum and Hesse. I'm sorry,
Adi.
All the way over. Mesher will try a 3 from the other side. Rebound Henson. That will end our first half of play on our First National Bank scoreboard. The Flyers lead 23-9 over the Rangers. We'll total up our numbers, come back with our Wagner's IGA stats and recap when we return on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Welcome back. We're at the Palace of Coldwater for this sectional tournament game on our First National Bank scoreboard. The Flyers lead by 14 with our Widener's IGA stats and recap. Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Thank you, Dave. The Flyers have done it on defense for the most part. I mean, 23 points they have on the board, not a lot, but their defense has only given up 9. You see there on the stats, Knoxville just 9 attempts in the game. They've only made 3. One of those was a 3-pointer, and they're 1 of 3 attempts. On the other side of the ledger, Marion Local, a very good 8 of 14, included in that a very impressive 6 of 9. 5 of them coming from Ronenbaum and 1 coming from Mesher. Free throws, neither team has shot very many. You can see the rebounding. Knoxville actually has more rebounds by 3, but the turnovers have haunted the Rangers as they 7 more there. And some of those have come after they got their own offensive rebound. So that's kind of why they've had more rebounds but less shots. And it just kind of the bottom line is defense for Marion Local and key shooting for Ronenbaum to start the game. I remember last Friday, he didn't start out hot. He didn't score in the first quarter. He didn't come along until second half, until Ronenbaum made his first bucket in the third quarter, and then he had 2, 4, 5 in the fourth. So he's made up for that. And again, he's not a high percentage shooter and not really high volume. I mean, he has 20 made 3-pointers coming into the game, but he's made 5, so almost half that. I mean, if you look at it that way, Mesher is the one that hits 40 of them and at a 37% clip, but he also has 1. He's hit on 1 of 3. Leading scores for Marion Local, obviously Ronenbaum with 15 points, 3 from Mesher, 2 from Peyton Oddie, and 3 from Jack Knapke for New Knoxville, 4 from Beerline, 3 from Troy Dwenger, and 2 from Jay Waterman. Their total of 9s. We start the second half.
Flyers ball, they will start with their same starters in the second half as they did in the first half. Ronenbaum, Hess, Mesher, Oddie, and Knapke. 5 starters for Kurt Guttemiller.
Rangers get a nice trap and almost give it right back, but they force a turnover again. Marion Local just 1 turnover in the first half, but the ball above the head, standing flat-footed. New Knoxville able to get a touch on it and come away with a steal.
See what the Rangers can do.
Again, offense has hurt the Rangers this year, so they're only down by 14. A lot of time to go, but the Rangers just can't score consistently that well this year, and it's just been a struggle there. A loose ball kind of goes out of bounds, but no one from the Rangers moved to help them get the basketball. So, what are you going to do? Throw it out of bounds and come back and play 5-on-5 defense and not give up an easy opportunity for the Flyers, but still another Ranger turnover. That's 9 in the game.
Rangers staying in that 1-2-2 zone. Ronenbaum drives through traffic, and he will be fouled.
Rangers hoping for a held ball possession there, but Beerline too much of the forearm as Ronenbaum kind of diagonally attacked him. And when you swing that ball diagonally, it's tough to get the tie-up possession, and Beerline connects for his second foul.
Ronenbaum that time off the mark. Follow and in for the Flyers there. It's Tate Hess.
Offensive opportunity for the Flyers. They get 3 tries there to make the basket by Hess.
Nice pass. Henshin to Osborne for the basket.
Good use of the bounce pass. And the Rangers convert on that, what Marion had tried to do to press the Rangers. They did a nice job attacking, and Osborne did a nice job finishing.
Knapke fumbles the pass, but he draws the foul. Flyers co-champions. This is their 11th MAC title in boys basketball in school history. It's their 7th one tied. They've had 4 outrights through the years. That's second place in the MAC behind St. Henry as the all-time lead with 13 MAC titles. Hess is wide open and drains a 3.
5 points in the quarter for Hess. He was scoreless in the first half. He averages just over 9, and an open look for Hess. Even though it was a little bit deep in the territory, that's his 12th 3-pointer of the season. He's a 28% shooter from that range. So again, not maybe a great percentage, but right now the offense for Marion Local, just feeling a little bit more. They got a lot more confidence, and with a big lead, able to shoot with confidence, and Hess hits the 3-pointer.
Rangers with their same 5 starters who started the game, starting off here in the second half. Waterman, Dwenger, Beerline, Henshin, and Osborne is senior Max Henshin at the point. Tries to drive. Kicks it out. Dwenger long on the 3. Pass ahead to Oddie. Flyers back on the attack. Hess to Oddie. Not a big offensive guy, but tries the 3. And there's Hess on the rebound there with the basket.
I believe his buddy Knapke was able to maybe tip it to him. I don't think he came up with it clean, as Flyers get body foul there on Henson as too much contact along the sideline. There's a 3-pointer. Watch Knapke. I think he's going to push the ball kind of out of Henson's hands and into the hands, and Hess able to connect for an offensive bucket. His second time as halfies, I think he's come up with an offensive rebound for points.
Number 24, Hudson Rose, in for the Flyers. Rangers having some trouble getting in. They ended up giving it to Osborne.
Have trouble, but when they do get it in, you think they have a chance to go for a layup, and there's a 6'8" Jack Knapke, the bring it on kind of attitude. And
definitely a luxury when you have already a good defensive team. You can be a little more aggressive defensively, overplay your guy when you have a 6'8" guy there to clean it up if needed.
It makes sense. You have trust in your backcourt, and you know you can gamble and really force the Rangers into doing something they aren't really gifted at doing. That's beating people off the dribble and attacking the basket. It's makes your defense that more aggressive and a lot less fear that you're going to make a mistake or have a breakdown.
Knoxville scored 2 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. Have scored a deuce here in the third, but still trail by 19.
Yeah, 7 points in the quarter from Tate Hess. A 3-pointer he kind of manufactured himself, and then, a couple buckets he got on offensive rebounds. So
all of the 7 points for the Marion local in this quarter.
Ronenbaum was big for them in the first half, and here in the third quarter, I should say, the first few minutes, Marion local has not let up. They did what good teams need to do, and that's make the deficit much greater against, let's say, a team that struggles on offense and make it more difficult for them to come back.
Beardline working off the screen. Henson.
Boy, quick release or quick recovery there by Hess. Thought maybe Henson would have had room to get a shot off, but by the time he got the basketball, Hess had already quickly got it in front of him, a hand in his face.
Osborne trying to pass and then turnover. Talk about Marion locals, the number 4 seed. The top 4 seeds, number 1, New Bremen. Number 2 is Spencerville on the other side of the bracket of St. Mary's. Number 3 was Lima Perry. And then Marion local, a very good. It's not often you have a number 4 seed be 18-4.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem right, but that's the way it was voted. I mean, it's a unique system how they have it here, although I think they could wait and do a little bit later with the speed of, technology, wait a little bit longer and do it after maybe another league game is played. But it's the way they do it. You rank teams based on the resume they give themselves, and then you vote. So it's pretty much coaches determine it, not the media. It's the coaching.
Knapke couldn't finish there. Spencerville, number 2 seed, they have 19 wins. They could play Upper Soda Valley if they win tonight. They also have 19 wins. You have a matchup of a 19-win versus a 20-win team.
Yep.
So there's a loaded Walpock district being played at the Coldwater and St. Mary's sectional sites, as Beerline's shot is a little short. That's trying to come out of there, knocked away and stolen.
Yeah, Beerline.
Pass ahead to Henson, a little too long. She's not able to save it.
Beerline actually was late getting down the court. That allowed him to kind of, by luck, if you will, run into the ball as the ball handler stopped, and Knoxville creates a turnover, but then the pass you mentioned, too strong or unable to be held on to by the Rangers.
Peyton Oddie comes into the game, as well as number 10, Jay Schrader. You look at the tournament matchups, and there's a lot of MAC versus MAC matchups. It's mostly MAC and NWCC.
Yep, Northwest Central Conference.
NWCC, a lot of them ended up in the St. Mary's side, but one of them will play Minster in the next game, Ridgemont. And there's another 3 by Brady Ronenbaum.
Well, he came in and had made 20. I didn't think he'd get half of them tonight, but he's hit 6. So I won't say it's surprising, but to say he'd have 6 is, probably a bit of a surprise, but Marion local will take it.
Henson driving through traffic. Oddie, he might have palmed it there. He was trying to pass it. Mesher will try another 3. Rebound by Henson. Pushing ahead to Waterman. Rangers win this season came against Houston. Trying to end the season on a positive note, but right now face a uphill battle. It's a very good Flyer team. Waterman will draw the foul.
Peyton Oddie, a very good defender all night, picks up just his second foul. That'll put Waterman, as you mentioned, at the free throw line, where he's a 61% foul shooter on the season, averaging 4 points a game as a 5'9" sophomore.
Good look at the southpaw. He hits the first. Tate Hess will come in for Ronenbaum. For Coach Kurt Guttemiller, 181 wins and 93 against just 93 losses in his 11 years, which includes a state championship back in 2018. He had quite a run during that tournament trail, a lot of last-second wins.
Yes, you're right. I thought they...
There is a foul.
Waited till the ball was turned over, and then they called it as New Knoxville picks up their third foul against Henshin, his second of the half here. So it would have been a break. The Knoxville could have had an opportunity for an uncontested layup, but instead whistled for the foul.
That team, one of their star players, Nate Bruns, is having a nice career at Findlay now. I think he's a junior, I believe. But that's his Mesher.
Senior.
Senior. He's had a nice career. He had Tyler Mesher on that team. Justin Albers was one of the starters. Tyler Prenger. All around a very good team that really came together in 2018 that had a lot of really good teams. Versailles was loaded. Fort Laramie was loaded. Mesher could not finish that. Hardings with the rebound. And he is fouled. So the 6'4" senior Chris Hardings will come up with 2 shots. As you see Coach Guttemiller there with his bench. Hardings gives a lot of muscle. Coming off the bench, one of 4 seniors on this team as he swishes the free throw. Into the game, Luke Pullman, a 6-foot junior. Placing Hudson Rose. Pullman's gotten more playing time as a guard off the bench as the season has gone on. Second one by Hardings. Ball on the floor, and we will have a jump ball.
Right between a couple of Rangers, and it'll stay with, it'll go over to Knoxville. They'll get a break there as, had the interior positioning and couldn't come up with it, but fortunately the held ball possession will give them the opportunity here.
50 seconds to go on our First National Bank scoreboard. Flyers up by 21. Able to break the pressure. Waterman fumbled it, not able to get a good pass, and it goes over to the Flyers.
Rangers have had 4 turnovers in each quarter, so that's 12 of them in the game.
Pass to Oddie. A little bit of a scramble, but they're able to get it across. Hess will hit a 3.
I could feel it coming. Marion had difficulty kind of getting the press broken, almost lost it, kind of just threw it up in the air, tapped it, and then hit Hess for an open 3.
Hess having a huge third quarter here.
10 points. All 10 of his points here in the third.
Osborne. Drive to the basket. Shot up by Schrader. Rebound by Hess. Down to 3 seconds. Pullman will do a 3, and that will end our third quarter of play on our First National Bank scoreboard. Flyers 37, Rangers 13. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
As we go to the fourth quarter, our Wagner's IJ stats and recap. Flyers up by 24.
Well, they did so, again, pretty good offense in the third quarter, 5 of 12 from field goal shooting. Of those, they were a very good, pretty decent 3 of 8 from beyond the arc again, so they continue to hit three-pointers well. They've made 9 of 17. Pretty good percentage from three-point range. 9 of 17 for the Flyers. Their defense continues to be rock solid, giving up just 4 Ranger points in the third quarter. New Knoxville 1 of 5 from the field. Of those, 0 for 1 from three-point range. And again, New Knoxville 4 more turnovers in the fourth quarter, or in the third quarter.
Flyers ball to start this fourth quarter here in the sectional opener, at least tonight. At Coldwater last night, there was a game where St. Henry won easily over Ada, down to the basket to Kanapke, and the big guy draws a foul.
Lammers will pick up his second foul. Pretty good pass there as Kanapke had Lammers pinned, and once Kanapke got it, Lammers just kind of, if you will, reached right in to try to tie him up, and he commits the foul. And Kanapke now 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He was 1 of 2 in the second quarter and 1 of 1 so far here in this trip.
Carson Beerline returns.
Offensive rebound.
Audi to Hess. Mesher with another 3. Jaden Mesher.
He hasn't shot real well tonight from that distance. He hits his second make, but now he looks like he's 2 for 6.
Rangers get a breakaway off the press, and Beerline with the layup. But all on the other side, Kanapke swatted and fouled by Beerline. Third foul on the Carson Beerline as Kanapke back on the line.
Mentioned earlier, Kanapke, 55% field goal shooter. A lot of those are 2-pointers. I don't think he's tried a 3 all year, but likewise, his same percentage from the free throw line is what he's at, is 55%.
Flyers as a team shoot a 63%.
Another offensive rebound.
Just like last time, Audi with the rebound. They work it to Ronenbaum. Mesher, another 3. Kanapke cleans it up. Weak side rebound there by the strong Kanapke with the stick back.
Yeah, a couple offensive rebounds kept that possession alive for Marion Local. So again, the strength and their size just begins to wear down the smaller enemy, in this case New Knoxville, so it makes for somewhat easy offense.
Rangers back in the attack. Henshin finds Beerline for the layup. Beerline now with 8.
Good pass from Henshin into Beerline, and they went quickly at the glass, didn't let Marion Local get a chance to recover. The pass was right on the money, led Beerline to where he had to go.
Down to Kanapke. Beerline moved him just a little bit off that he could not bank it in. Dwenger could not find an opening. Gives it to Henshin in the corner. And guarded closely all night. There's Waterman trying to drive back to Henshin. Through some trouble. Nice Euro step or an extra hop for the layup by Henshin.
It's been a rough night against a very good defender in Peyton Audi, so one way or the other, he's able to find a crease and spin around and get a shot to drop his first points of the game. He's had some assists, but good to see him get his name in the scorebook in his last game of the season, or for his high school career.
It's a nice pass there by Tate Hest to Kanapke for the basket. Henshin directing the offense.
Got the 5-second count, almost.
3 ball by Osborne. Followed on the rebound there by Waterman.
One of the few offensive New Knoxville rebounds, that the Rangers have had tonight, and Waterman able to get it and put it right back for points.
Ronenbaum tried to drive, gives it up to Hess. Flyers looking for their 19th win of the season and a date on Friday. There's a steal by Waterman, but Audi hustles back to knock it out of bounds.
Good hustle by the quarterback on the football team. Again, there's a reason he scored a bunch of touchdowns on the field and able to track down a would-be probably layup for the Rangers. Instead, not only tracked it down, but didn't foul the Rangers in doing so. Able to come up, knock the ball away.
Audi and Mesher leave in favor of Hudson Rose and Luke Pullman. May not see those two gentlemen anymore tonight. Beerline tries to drive. There's Waterman with a 3. Hess with a rebound. Up ahead to Rose. Looked like he was going to go try the dunk, but Waterman broke it up. And when you're 6'4" and you have a breakaway, why not try it? But Waterman able to hustle back to foul and make Hudson earn him the hard way as we take another look on our winners meets replay.
Yeah, right now Marion Local just getting out and beating the Rangers down the floor. A lot of fresher legs on there, and a lot of more pep in her step with the big lead. And Marion Local kind of, if you will, looking for those easy buckets, and they get one here. In this case, it ends up being a free throw from Hudson Rose.
Rose, the 6'4" senior, a couple points off the bench he averages, and he hits 2 free throws there. Chris Hardings will check in, and for Jack Kanapke as he gets a big crowd from this pretty good-sized Marion Local crowd for this year. And I think the year before they moved up the first game of these to 5:30. It used to always be 6:15. It's hard for a lot of people to get to games at 5:30, but a lot of people from Marion Local were able to make it tonight.
Yeah, in this case, this Coldwater site in Marion Local, not too far away, but let's say one year when New Knoxville, the girls or boys, one of them had to go to Kenton. That's an hour drive. Those, when you get stuck in those type of situations, it really makes it difficult. But
Hess comes up with the steal for the Flyers. There's Ronenbaum. Beerline just out-jumped everybody for the rebound. Beerline will try to drive in some trouble there as Rose came up with the steal. Ronenbaum to the hole.
Should be before the shot.
To make it a common foul. Or no, it would make a 1-and-1. The 8th team foul is Brady Ronenbaum, definitely a leader on this team. The senior is Tate Hess will leave in favor of Austin Niekamp. First team All-MAC. His dad was a longtime assistant under Coach Guttermiller as he hits the first free throw, so he's been in probably in a lot of gyms through his life.
19 points on the night for the senior, 10 above his season average, and again, came in hitting 23s. He's made 6 tonight.
He hits both of them, and that will earn him a break for the rest of the evening as Jaden Mesher will replace him. He gets a big crowd, several people standing for the Flyer faithful, and well-deserved for Brady Ronenbaum. Osborne gives it up to Beerline. Beerline, tough shot. Rebound by Niekamp. Holman gives it up to Mesher. Rose to Pullman. Underneath the Harding, swatted away there by Max Henschen. Dwenger tries to find an opening, has to give it back to Osborne. Waterman's open for the 3. Ball tipped around. Hardings comes up with it. 3 minutes to go in this first game here. The winner of this game will play the winner of the next game that we have between number 7 Ridgemont and number 10 Minster. And leaving the game will be Max Henschen, the senior. Leaving him up might be his last appearance. Him and 3 other seniors with their last game here for the Rangers. Also in the game, Tyler Lammers as Carson Beerline gets a hand from the Ranger faithful. Coach Munger pulling out the seniors individually. Now Ryan Osborne, another senior, will leave as one last chance to get applause from their New Knoxville crowd. Pullman hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
Pullman's first point of the game. I said 6-foot senior or junior.
Last member of that senior class, Parker Banner, unable to play tonight, had appendicitis a few weeks back. Holman hits a pair and a 30-point lead for the Flyers. They will go to 19-4 on the season. Steele up ahead to Mesher, up and under. Cannot quite finish, able to get his own rebound. That goes off of Waterman, will stay with the Flyers. They have a couple new Flyers. That'd be number 15, Braden Eink, and number 42, Kyle Ungren, named for Coach Guttermiller. Here's a pass to Ungren, and Kyle Ungren, the freshman, banks it in. There's another 6'3" guy. Is this Marion team has a whole bunch of size. That's not just for this year, but many years to come.
Well, size and ability too. I mean, it's one thing to be big, but also athletic and understand the game of basketball makes a huge difference. They've got a lot of bodies fighting for positions, and that forces everyone to get a little bit better.
Pass, nice save there by Andrew Leffel, who recently checked in. There's Jay Schrader in for the Rangers. 2 minutes to go. Pass underneath the Schrader, it just rolls off as Ungren comes up with a rebound. Eink loses it, and he will travel. Turnover, give it to the Rangers. Couple more substitutions. Coming into the game.
Number 12 or number 2, Noah Holland for New Knoxville. He's a freshman. I think that's the one you maybe didn't have, Dave. Is that correct?
Yep.
Number 2? Okay.
So Holland with the basketball. Drive to the hoop. And a foul. Troy Dwenger, the sophomore, will shoot 2.
Dwenger hit a 3-pointer back in the second quarter. We'll have 2 shots here. He's under a 50% shooter, but he's hit, honestly, he's hit free throws better late in the season. Probably won't make these, but after having a rough stretch there and middle of the season, if you will, began to make some shots, get his rhythm back, but misses the first one there.
Second one here for the sophomore. Nothing but nylon there. Eink with the basketball, he gives it up. There's Niekamp, Aiden Eifert. They work it around. Flyers down to Niekamp. Left-handed shot and basket for Austin Niekamp.
6'7", does a nice job. We saw him in a JV game last week against the Rangers. Very strong offensive player. Again, just a freshman.
Andrew Leffel shot in and out, as we'll get a few more substitutions. Carter Jones into the game, number 3, number 10, Mitchell Ranley. Also for the
I can help you out
Rangers,
there.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is Cole Bauer, freshman. Number 13 is Elijah Lammers. Number 50, Tyler Apgar, and number 15, Caleb Putman. All underclassmen, basically JV players, playing the last minute here at the varsity tournament game. Charge.
Drive to the basket, and we will have a charge there.
Good job by Tyler Apgar, the Ranger freshman. You know, standing in there with a 30-point deficit and taking the charge. So this will be, again, freshman point guard Noah Holland, as he will pass a little bit too high for his classmate there, Cole Bauer.
So a little bit of action for these underclassmen that will have to fill some big shoes. They'll have to step up to the next level next year for the Rangers as they lose 4 seniors. Eifert gets with the basketball. Eifert banks it in. 5'10" junior Aiden Eifert.
Well, nice move. He turned around, didn't get it very high on the bank board, but able to get it high enough to get the nice friendly kiss off the glass for his first points of the night.
Pass goes out of bounds. Flyers will come back on Friday night. play the winner of Ridgemont and Minster. They secure their 19th win of the season. Probably will just dribble out the end of the ball game. Looks like the Rangers will let them dribble it out. The Flyer fans stand up. And our final score on our First National Bank scoreboard, Flyers 57, Rangers 22. We'll be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Thank you for your patience as we construct a new fiber broadband service in your area. We know that along with this process comes disruption in the easements and right-of-way areas, and we are restoring most areas as we complete them. A few areas will have some utility work installed, so we need to wait for the work to be completed before the lawns can be repaired. We're very close to having the fiber or coax drops cleaned up and replaced with fiber optic drops. Hang in there just a little longer, and we'll have a majority of the new fiber system installed.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Welcome back to the Palace as the Marion Local Flyers advance with a 57-22 win over the Knoxville Rangers. With our final Wagner's IGA stats and recap, here's Jeff.
Well, the domination belonged to the Flyers tonight, offensively and defensively. They hold New Knoxville to just 24 attempts, making 8 of those just 1 of 7 from three-point range, whereas Marion Local, a very good field goal percentage, 19 of 37, and included in that is a 50% from beyond the arc. They came in at 30% from three-point range, so well above that, hitting on 10 of 20. The free throws, New Knoxville 5 of 6, not many attempts for Marion Local, 9 of 14, rebounding margin, 7 more for the Flyers, and turnovers. Again, Flyers, very good job of taking care of the basketball with just 5 turnovers compared to New Knoxville's 15. Scoring in the game for New Knoxville, Max Henshin, 2 points, Ryan Osborne, 2 points, and Carson Beerline, 8. Those are the 3 Knoxville seniors that played their last game as a Ranger tonight. Parker Banner, the 4th one, did not play due to injury. But again, Beerline, Osborne, Henshin, their final game as a Ranger. 6 points from Jay Waterman, 4 from Troy Dwenger, their total of 22 points. For the Flyers, Marion local, Brady Ronenbaum, 20 points on the night, 10 from Tate Hess, 8 from Jack Kanapke, 6 from Jaden Mesher, 3 from Chris Hardings, and 2 apiece from the following players: Kyle Ungrun, Hudson Rose, Austin Niekamp, Peyton Oddie, Aiden Eifert, and Luke Pullman, their total of 57.
So the Rangers end their season at 1-22. The Flyers advance and they now go to 19-4. They'll play the winner of the second game tonight. They'll play the second game on Friday, the winner of Minster and Ridgemont. You know, Marion, very good team when you have the three-point shooting that they had by our player of the game tonight. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, we mentioned it throughout. If you haven't figured it out by now, then you weren't listening. But it was Brady Ronenbaum. He finishes with 20 points. He had 15 in the first half. He did that on 5 of 6 3-point shooting in the first half. Now, that was key because the game was close. It was a very slow-paced game. Not a lot of points were being scored, and Ronenbaum started feeling it. He had both field goals in the first quarter for their 6 points, but kind of helped their offense in the second quarter spread that lead as New Knoxville had trouble scoring. But Brady Ronenbaum finishes with 6 made three-pointers, 6 out of 9, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Congratulations to the senior Brady Ronenbaum.
Congratulations to the Marion local Flyers as they win easily 57-22 over the Rangers. For our NKTelco sports crew, our full camera crew, Kurt Kuffner, Aaron Ritter, and Craig Louth. In our NKTelco sports van, Scott Robinson and Bryce Hamrick. For my partner, Jeff Henshin, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NKTelco Sports.